Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to the final round of our F224 Andrea Kimi Antonelli career mode. Yes, we're back this weekend here in Abu Dhabi. The sun is setting on another brilliant F2 campaign and there are still huge prizes to be won in the World Championship. If you missed out on the videos from last weekend from Qatar, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But the sitrep, the situation here is that it is a two-car battle between ourselves down at Prima and the Estonian Paul Aron over at Fanatec. Now, unless we can take pole and the sprint win today, this actually will guarantee to go down into the race tomorrow. There's a 16-point buffer that we've built up over the Estonian over the last couple of weekends, but of course with 26 points available in the feature race and only 10 available for the win in the sprint, it is all going to go down to that final race of the year. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well. Will we be able to get Andrea Kimi Antonelli a title in his debut Formula 2 campaign? It has been an absolutely wild season up to now, so I'm hoping we get two great races to finish us off, and hopefully we can walk away as champion. Well, I'll be honest, I'm quite nervous as we head into this final weekend here in Abu Dhabi. We've had a lot of high-speed circuits in recent weekends that have really suited us. Abu Dhabi is a bit more kind of high downforce requirements around this venue. Of course, it's a very, very kind of compromised circuit as well. Sector 1 is very high speed, high downforce. Sector 2 is obviously very high speed, low speed corners though. And then Sector 3 is very much almost feels like a street circuit as Paul Aron immediately rockets to the front of the order. He knows those 2 points for pole position tonight could be fantastic for him. And obviously we saw him earlier on in the campaign get a great run of form of claiming pole position. You know, I think it was 3 or 4 weekends in a row, wasn't it? That hasn't happened though inside the final few rounds. Prima seem to have found a little bit extra once again, but as we make our way down in towards the chicane, Isaac Hadjar in the Campos car looking very, very racy at the moment. Joshua Dirksen rockets to the front in his AIX machine as well. But at the moment, we are just nowhere so far on this qualifying lap. We're a long, long way back behind our leaders. And I mean, Paul Aron, if he can snooker away that P1, then we're going to have a lot of trouble as we head into the races here, because at the moment we just cannot seem to do anything in this car. A car that has been so dominant in recent times inside this series. We haven't won a race in either of the last 2 weekends there, and under the hotel we'll go, making even more errors as well. 2 more corners left to navigate. I have set it up to be better in the races, but Paul Aron, he's going to storm to pole position. We are starting last. That is a disastrous way to kick off the weekend. Well, I cannot believe that then on a weekend where we need to deliver. Paul Aron has done exactly that. Pole position by almost 1/10 of a second over Juan Manuel Correa. But Zane Maloney, Amory Cordial will be on the front row of the grid ready for the sprint. We were a second off the pace though after taking pole by 7/10 last weekend. We've got our work cut out as we head into the GP. Let's not forget as well, the gap down to 14 points. So even if Aron were to win this sprint, we would still go into that final race as championship leader. But that has been an absolute disaster.
So today, the sprint race, no pit stops, just full on pace. It's all about speed, daring, and sheer driving skill. What, I wonder, is in store for us today? So the Yas Marina circuit offers 16 corners and a lap distance of around 3.2 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 5 and 7. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. And we welcome you to the Formula 2 commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, alongside me for this one, Alex Brundle. It is a sprint race, it is race day. How much can you take from that 1-lap pace into our multi-lap contest today?
We have seen stops before at the end of the sprint race, jumping onto that softer compounded tyre and having at it for the final few laps of the race. Indeed, we've seen sprint races won like that, so anything can happen out there. Don't send the pit crew home just yet.
Well, wise words there from Mark as well. We know this car has been set up to be quicker in the races, but I wasn't expecting it to be so slow over one lap. Effectively now, this sprint race can only be used to work out what we can do as we head into the main event tomorrow. We're going to have to try an alternate strategy or something to give us an opportunity to rocket back up the order. But for the final sprint weekend then of 2024, it is 5 red lights here on the grid. And it is lights out, and away we go. They're immediately getting a better start than Taylor Barnard as everybody tries to navigate their way down in towards turn 1. Like I said, I think we need a miracle if we want to try and score some points from this sprint, as Paul Aron there seems to have dropped backwards slightly of the first couple of corners. But I mean, look at how much everybody, Constantine, is up. Down through in turn 3 there. I have no idea. I didn't even see that we'd overtaken Helga or Roman Stanek, but as we make our way down towards the hairpin, look at that. Able to capitalise and get down the inside of a few more drivers there. So Zach O'Sullivan just tries to pinch me on the exit of the corner, and through one sector, we've already made up 7 spots then. As I said, this is going to be about building up confidence. I've got to hope that Paul Aron doesn't end up in the points from today's sprint race, and then anything can happen in the main event tomorrow as well. There is around the outside of Zach O'Sullivan will go. I mean, we just cannot take prisoners, like I've said. I mean, we've gained 8 places on lap 1. If we could somehow get a point here, that'd be quite the miracle, as I think Paul Aron as well. Other drivers will be aware that obviously he can't risk anything either in this sprint. He's just got to try and take it nice and easy. He knows he's got the car ready for the Grand Prix tomorrow. You know, it's the little things. Don't puncture a tyre or anything like that. You don't want to have to use any extra sets than you absolutely need to here before that final race tomorrow. You want to open up as much of it as you possibly can, because both of us know the sprint race is kind of pointless. The feature race is where this championship will be won or lost as we make our way through the final couple of corners. Once again, though, this car in the traction zones is very, very quick. Amory Cordial, though, will lead at the end of lap 1. And yeah, I mean, high-tech, it seems that their second driver, I think Amory Cordial, since probably Spa, has ended up scoring more points than Paul Aron. Well, we're definitely running a bit more downforce than the AI here. We've seen have the confidence through Sector 3. That's why you don't often see moves down to that final corner, but that's exactly what we're going to go for. There's Bortoletto now trying to apply pressure up towards the front. And we need to make sure that we stay inside that range of Paul Aron as well through turn 1. I mean, how fitting would it be? Formula 2 is a weird little series, but even in the last sprint race of the year, neither of our Championship 2 end up scoring a point. As are we inside the range of Paul Aron? It must have been right on the cusp. So we are just trying to send it into that apex. Yes, we are. That is good news. But if I'm learning anything so far about this sprint race, is that, yeah, we're going to have a lot of hard work to do as we head into the race proper there. This time around, we've actually lost the DRS range to Paul Aron, despite going purple through that first sector. So it is going to be dependent on kind of the way the AI battle and things like that, and hoping that they stay bunched up a little bit more. I mean, I already know we're going to have to try and either go with an alternate strategy or something tomorrow, or to give ourselves a helping hand as those curbs through that chicane. I've said about how good this car is over the curbs towards the end of the year. Not here, as we've got yellows out. Someone further up the road potentially running into some problems as Crawford will fly back past ourselves there. Who is it that is out of this race? It's Enzo Fittipaldi, and the bad season just goes from bad to worse for him. Zach O'Sullivan there just really tried to lean on us. There we go then. Let's see what the speed is like when we're the one with the DRS trying to close in on Jack Crawford. As we make our way up the straight, we're definitely, whoa, running a bit more downforce than most of our competitors there, as down the inside we'll go. Crawford will really try and squeeze me. Made a bit of a hash of it as well on the exit of the corner, but I'm also trying to suss out whether we would be able to claim fastest lap bonus point, as here comes Crawford again. And he might bring Zach O'Sullivan with him this time round. Around the outside will go the American. And yeah, I'll be honest, he was not who I pictured battling with in this final weekend of the year. Well, I can't let Jack Crawford try to bully me at the moment. We've just got to try and dictate the line as well, as much as the American is. This time around, he's going to try and go defensive down the back straight. We'll try and brake a little bit late there. I just don't quite have the confidence to match the AI into that chicane, but on the way out, we can try and put the power down once more. this time around, hopefully we can get the run on him and be ahead by the time we make it into Sector 3. The feature race tomorrow is 17 laps, so we've also got to work out just how well these tyres last throughout this sprint race here, as Crawford will try and creep back underneath me once again. But yeah, that time round we get underneath him and through back into P13. But it is so weird knowing both myself and Aaron are both struggling so much here. Oh, we've got yellows. We've got yellows. Someone in front, I think that has got issues. It might actually be a car behind me. Not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it is another one behind me. So no free places gained for either myself or Paul Aron. This time around, who is it though that's dropping out the wayside? We've already had Enzo Fittipaldi as our first casualty of the night. I think, is it no one? No, everyone kept going. It was one of the Tridents. My guess was Richard Verschore's gone for a spin. And now we have got yellow flags for someone else. So now someone else seems to be breaking down. Is that? Yeah, that is the Trident car. So no idea what that was all about. But I believe, is that Stanek? Is that Verschore? I think it's Verschore. Nope, it's Roman Stanek that is out of this race. And I tell you what, we are really just, like I said, using this sprint race to learn. It felt like in Qatar, we just got it hooked up instantly. This circuit has taken us a little bit more time to kind of work out where the limits are. But now we are actually starting to close in on Paul Aron once more. But I tell you what, yeah, we have been starting just to get a bit more confident in the car now. That gap to Paul Aron, although it doesn't really matter for this race today, hopefully this is going to show us a good sign ready for tomorrow. We are setting fast lap times every single time now, and taking a bit more time at the Estonian. Like I said, he's still got the DRS, he's still going to pull away from me, but this is all about preparing ourselves ready for the main event there. We now know what we got to do. We know where our apexes are, kind of the speed, what we need to be aiming for or around this lap. Aiming not to do that on the exit of that chicane, because that's an easy way just to throw away a good 3/4 tenths of a second. There is still an element of RNG in what will end up happening tomorrow. Will kind of just be dictated by where the AI kind of spread out. If we can just do something a little bit unorthodox, maybe if Behrman as well can get the jump on Paul Aron, all those little things could make the difference. Oh, there we go. We've done it. We've got inside the DRS of Paul Aron. This is fantastic news right at the end of the sprint. Again, it's so weird how it's fantastic news, but for a completely odd reason. You know, it doesn't even affect this race today, but I guess that's the magic of FIA Formula 2, is that things can be interpreted and used in very, very different ways to what you get in the main show up in Formula 1. And as you can see, just through these final few corners, now we've kind of got the line right in the car, got our muscle memory back. We just seem to be able to absolutely fly through and close up to the back of the next car in front there. I mean, look at how slow Paul Aron is. Down the inside we'll go at the final corner, and that's about making a statement as much as anything else there. Up into 12th we'll go. New personal best as well, just as everybody else is getting, you know, kind of winding down towards the end of this. And I mean, yeah, Paul Aron, that'll certainly shake his confidence just a little bit as we prepare for the main race tomorrow, but surely there's no way on this very last lap that we can try and get ourselves up inside that top 10, down the inside of Victor Martins. Where have we seen moves like that before? As Dirksen, and I believe that was Isaac Hadjar a little bit further up the road, just tripping over each other a little bit. Is that going to leave them both vulnerable as we make our way in through this final lap? Where's Ollie Behrman? He's running up at about P5 there, as we'll make sure we give Martins the room on the outside. But look at the confidence we built up on the brakes as well. Early on, we were 5-10 meters earlier than the AI into there. Now we're able to comfortably outbrake them into that corner. Everybody in front, though, still in the DRS train. I think it is still a battle between, I want to say, Ratomo Miata and I believe maybe the other Dams car. I can't really tell. No, it can't be the other Dams car because Correa's there and I've already overtaken Jack Crawford. Either way, I think it is going to be Miata that is going to take the win here in the sprint race in Abu Dhabi. And I tell you what, he is absolutely flourished towards the end of this season as well. But through the final couple of corners we'll go. You can see how much the AI is struggling with their tyres here. Gutted that we're not going to claim fastest lap, because we're going to have a look down the inside of Isaac Hadjar, or into the very last, sorry, Pepe Marti even, squeeze him out. It is P10. It's no points, but it's good.
What a great drive. Ritomo Miata takes the checkered flag.
It might not be the same points as the feature race, but it is the same podium, and they get to wave at the fans from it.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team.
Well, there we are then. Ritomo Miata will take the top prize ready from our sprint race here. Rodin actually getting both cars onto the podium as well there. So Amory Cordial unable to hang on towards the end of the afternoon there, from pole all the way down to P4. Paul Aron as well, losing out 3 spots just like his high-tech teammate there. And the fact that we started last and we were able to get a Paul Aron really does give us some confidence as we move into the main event there. Ollie Behrman took the fastest lap then of that sprint race with a 1:38.0, so that could be critical to know as well as we head into the main event. Championship-wise, 14 points in it between ourselves and Paul Aron. It's guaranteed that your top 3, you know, Behrman can't overtake Aron or anything like that. Bortoletto can't overtake our teammate either. The only real ones left to be decided are ourselves and Paul Aron as we head into that final race tomorrow. Constructors-wise, of course, we've wrapped that one up. A 75-point lead. I'd love to try and extend that just a little bit more in the final race of the season as well there. But that being said, one more race to go. Paul Aron, he's going to be starting on pole for the main event tomorrow. So if he was able to win that one, we would need to finish, I believe, in P4. And we would claim the title by just a single point. Of course, I don't want to have to think too much about fastest laps right now, but that might genuinely be what it comes down to as well there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back ready with the season finale here in Abu Dhabi.